Hi everybody, Az here from HeelvsBabyface, second video of the day, but this is a self-indulgent one. Not going to talk about video games, I'm going to talk about the Batwoman trailer, which has just dropped, and it looks like a mitigated hot garbage. And being a huge Batman fan, I really want to chime in here, because that's what I do. Now, first and foremost, the trailer's about 3 minutes long, and I will say the first 2 minutes of the trailer aren't good, but at least they do the correct job in establishing characters and motivations for the most part, and what's at stake. So there is some setup in the first 2 minutes, and then the last minute is just like an absolute identity politic SJW fanfest, and it just turns you off the product completely. So I'm going to try and smash through this because I want this video to last just over 10 minutes long, and no more, because I really don't. I'm going to sick up in my mouth if I talk about this too much. Establishing a shot of Gotham. We've got some security guards for Crow Security. This chap here is going to turn out to be Jacob Kane, who's Batwoman's daddy poo. We then go to the Gotham Art Museum, where somebody has a telephone, and this woman says, who's a very bad actress by the way, says Batman's gone, he's left us all alone, he's never coming back, men, am I right? And then you see that the Crow Security are at the event. There's Jacob Kane again, and his guards are scattered all over the place. But look, what's this? It looks like a person in a white rabbit mask, which will become important in a moment. And then there's this woman who's part of the Crow Security. She goes chasing him, and then this woman turns up. Now, just as a by the by, if you saw her in the DC universe, who would you think she is? I think most people who know the DC universe will say, is this Harley Quinn? No, this is actually the Mad Hatter, from what I can gather, from the way that she's speaking, etc. White rabbit, mask, she talks, Alice, curious and curious. She does all these Alice in Wonderland things. So I'm pretty sure this is the Mad Hatter, and so the Mad Hatter is now a woman, not a guy. Fine, whatever, if that's what you want to do with the show, no problem. She then's like, you think Crow Security is going to help you? No, because I'm going to things up. So this woman, who was on the roof, who we learn was actually in the army, and is obviously a part of the security group because she's good, seems to easily get taken out by the hench people, and drops her phone, and everyone's just like, oh no, she's been kidnapped. So this woman just gets straight on her phone and goes, hey, future Batwoman, your friend, who's going to turn out to be your lover, she's been kidnapped. And she's like, right, hold my bike, I'm coming to Gotham. And then she meets up with him, and he's just like, look at my face, isn't it weird? And she's like, yes, Dad. There you go, Dad. And so we see, I think that was footage, CCTV footage of her getting bundled into the back of a van. By the way, we get a lot of this. A lot of smug. A lot of smug-looking face from her. And then, here we go. Whoop, she's having a thought, she's having a think, and she's thinking, hey up. I remember the days in the army where her and we got up to behind the bike sheds. And so, fine, we've established that they had a relationship and they is gays and stuff. And then this guy's just like, I'm a toxic white male. I don't like the gays in the army. Is there anything anyone wants to say? Because I've been informed that there's some naughtiness going on and I want to root it out. So, toxic white male, naughty. But it's all fine. I mean, this all, builds up story and backstory. So there's nothing wrong with what's been done so far in terms of setup, at least. We then see Kathy Kane do some climbing up a building, climbing into a window. So this is all good. She's doing some investigating, some detective work. Walking down a corridor, and then suddenly, White Rabbit Man jumps up on her again, and then we got lots of cut shots back and forth of fights, and the woman getting bundled into the back of the van, and more fighting between Kathy Kane and the White Rabbit guys, and she's kicking the shit out of them, by the way. She's absolutely kicking the toss out of them, because already, great, wonderful, but this is still the good stuff, by the way. This is still the good stuff. So lots of grrr, smacking elbows, and then finally she gets knocked down and captured, and the Mad Hatter's just like, I want to give your father a message, and she's like, where's the message? Tell me the message. And then she just twats her over the head with a 4x4. 2x4. 4x4? That'd be very difficult to wield. And then her dad's just like, stop getting hit in the head, it really hurts. And she's like, I know, I got hit in the head, it really hurt. Bearing in mind, this is still the good stuff. We then go to Wayne Enterprises. This is when stuff starts to go down a gradient, where she breaks into Wayne Enterprises, manages to get into Bruce Wayne's office, right? Then this guy comes in, he's just like, wait, I got a stun gun, you shouldn't be in here. And she's just like, get out of it, Bruce Wayne's my cousin. Because her father, Jacob, his sister, her auntie, was Martha Kent, who married Thomas Wayne and became Martha Wayne. Martha, how do you know that name? And so that's how they're related. That's how Kathy Kane and Bruce Wayne are actually cousins. And he's just like, well, I don't care. Stop messing about with his stuff. And then she's just like, whoa, look, if I touch this, the Batcave opens up. Bearing in mind, this is still the good stuff. And then he's like really terrible at his job. And he's just like, please don't go into the Batcave. And she's just like, I'm just going to walk in. And he's just like, oh, please don't. And she's like, smug face. And then he's just like, oh, I might get fired. And she goes, smug face. And then she goes down. And she's just like, bloody hell, Bruce Wayne could really do with some light bulbs in this place. And then she looks around and is like, what's all this about? And then, oh, bats appear everywhere. What's going on? And then she's like turning around, shocked. And then she sees something and her eyes are absolutely wide. She's stunned. She can't believe what she's just seen. Neither can I. Possibly the worst looking bat costume I've ever seen in my life. She's just like, why does he have a piss flap? So he can pull down and get his... Is this like a porno Batman suit? And why has he got tits? And the writer of the show says, because you're going to be wearing a costume very soon. And so we actually needed to design it more for you than a man. And she's like, okay, thank you for that clear up. So she's like, oh, look at my tats. And bearing in mind that we're now sort of coming up to the point where it's going to fall off a cliff. So the guy comes down. He's just like, yeah, Bruce is kind of like Batman. She's like, I know. I saw his trans outfit. And she's like, look at this. I could do so many different smug faces. It's unreal. And then it's just like, from the exclusive producers of Arrow, Legends, all those terrible shows which have fallen off a cliff and nobody likes, and that's why they're getting cancelled. And then we see more Mad Hatter and ex-girlfriend in like troubles and stuff. And it's just like, oh, what's going on? I see a silhouette and I'm going to come through the door in the terrible Batman outfit. Looking like Batgirl. I think this is a homage to Batgirl. And it's just like, look at this. It amazingly fits me. Oh, and can we just go back to smug mode? Because she's just like, ugh, the costume doesn't look good. And the guy's just like, the costume is perfection. And she's just like, no, it won't be perfection until it's on a woman. Am I right? It's not going to be perfection until it's on a woman. Because identity politics. Because women are amazing at everything. And men are scum. Anyway, she comes in the terrible costume, and then it's like her dad's just like, did you just find that terrible costume? She's like, plot point. And then actually her dad just says to her, do you know who you are? And she's like, who? And he says, you're the female Bruce Wayne. That is actually what he says. You're the female Bruce Wayne. And she's just like, oh, that's awesome. Do you know what that means? It means you don't have to develop a personality for me anymore, because now we can just put Bruce Wayne's personality into me, considering I've just stolen all of his shit anyway. And I am now Batwoman. And she's like, by the way, Dad, do you like my smug face? And then she's on a bike again doing stuff. And then she's like saving the woman from falling off and stuff. And then she's just like, oh, do you remember when we used to think... Anyway, that's not important now. But here, right, I'm going to play this, right? I'm going to play this next bit because this is so clever. Guess what happens? The hero we need turns into is here, is her! Because woman! And by the way, the music, which is now raging through the trailer, is I'm a woman, Batwoman. Do you know what the music should be? It should be, I need some good characterization and some good storylines, and not to develop my whole show on the fact that I'm a woman and gay. That's what it should say, but I mean, they only managed to get the rights to go, I'm a woman. Remember when Sigourney Weaver turned up in Aliens, and all those like badass soldiers were in front of her, and they're just like, yeah, what do you want? She's just like, I'm a woman, and I'm gonna kill the alien queen. No, she was just a badass. But never mind, that was only like, I don't know, 30 years ago. Oh, look how far we've come, and by come I mean regressed. So she's like, it's her and stuff, and then we see some more. Oh no! And then the kids just like, look up there, it's Batman. It's Batman. He's back. Batman's back, and it shows her on the rooftop there. And I'm going to play the next bit again, and I'm going to play it with sound because she's just like, wait a minute, did that kid just call me Batman? Just like, ugh, what a like toxic kid. So this is what happens now.
I'm not about to let a man take credit for a woman's work.
Oh, I'm not about to let a man take credit for a woman's work. By the way, the woman who broke into Bruce Wayne's office, went into the Batcave, stole his outfit, stole his technology, probably stole his money. She looks a bit like a klepto. Stole all of his stuff so that she could be a pimp-ass superhero. And then his resources, technology, then went out, did something, one thing, and then turned around and went, I don't need no man. Man bad. What a fucking hypocrite. So it's rather hilarious. That just sums up everything. It actually sums up how unaware identity politic SJW shit really is. Because they just don't get it. They're so blinkered by, I'm amazing. Everything I do is amazing. Men are inferior to woman because woman is great. And I bet you any money under the sun, right, that she's just brilliant. In the show, she's just brilliant. She kicks everyone's ass. She does nothing wrong. There's no development. There's no journey. Just like all the other crap that we have out there in the CW right now. So this was garbage. This was garbage fire. And I think I'm already going to tap out. I might watch the first episode for shits and giggles, but I am slightly concerned I might die of a cerebral hemorrhage if I do. But it just summed up everything. And this is just going to be an SJW identity politic show. You can have it. It's all yours. It's all yours. I don't want to touch it with a barge pole. So, I hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do get a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links are in the description box down below. And I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Be seeing you